Happy Fantastic Friday. What's up? Hello. Welcome. Come on in. The law of life. It's the law of belief, the law of assumption, the law of intention. Call it whatever law you want to call. The universal law, the universal truth. That whatever you give your attention to, that's what you'll start to see in your world. So whatever you make of life, what are you making of life? And it's all mental. It's all mental. I know we thought this whole game was about physical, about how strong you were, how much you can do in a certain amount of time. And the whole time it was about what are you thinking? What's your thoughts about life? What do you believe? What are you accepting? What do you know? And all of that's subjective. Your knowing and your believing, your trusting. You know a lot of stuff till you don't know, until you experience something different, then you know something different. The whole time you thought, a lot of you with a religious background, you thought you knew who God was. You thought God was somewhere up in, the heavens, up in the ninth, seventh heaven. You thought, God was authoritarian, a dictatorship. You thought God was seeking worshipers and looking for who, he can bless and who he can allow the devil to pounce, right? You thought you knew that. You thought that was true. You thought you knew that without a shower. And some of you are still saying that you know that God. I don't care what nobody say. I know what God has done for me. The whole time it was your mind doing it for you. That's who God is. The spirit within you. That immortal you. The part of you that was never created and never could die. It's only transformed. Whole time you thought you knew who God was. And we're still in this, getting more aware of this force, this love, this being. While you figuring it all out, scripture tells you to what? Be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by changing the way you think, by renewing your mind. It reminds you that as you think, so are you. It's what you think about, you bring about. It's what you think. That's what you'll experience. What you think. So what are you thinking? Whatever you're thinking, that's what you're creating. And I know everybody not ready to hear this message. People need somebody to blame. People need somebody to point fingers at. People need somebody to, to be accountable for their pain, for their suffering. So we'll point to everything on the outside and never point to what's going on within. Never point to what's going on within. It's always the reason will always be out there. At least all the bad stuff. All of the unwanted stuff. All of the unfavorable things. It'll always be somebody else's fault. I mean, the good stuff. You'll gladly take ownership of that. Oh yes, I did that. That was me. I did that. Yeah. All of the wanted stuff, all of the good stuff. Yeah, you're going to lay claim to that. Blood, sweat, and tears. I was determined. I stayed committed. I did what was necessary. Oh yeah, you're going to want the, but the unfavorable, nah, you can't take responsibility for that. No. See, it's like that because my mama, because my grandparents, because my daddy wasn't in my life. My mama was a terrible person. My spouse, my significant other. Hey, Caleb. How are you? Happy Friday. Fantastic Friday. But if you're going to take responsibility for that what you don't want, for that what you do want, for all of the great stuff that happens in your world, You also have to be willing to take accountability for all of the not so great stuff that happens. So I have an update on my SP and love the Bible. So, oh, yes. It was a wonderful, wonderful. It wasn't necessarily, it was a book. It's a book club. I know who we were studying, they were using, the Bible, but it wasn't necessarily Bible study. Hey, neighbor. We're just coming to understand what the Bible was reminding us of. That the Bible was not what we first were taught. Right? So I manifested sitting next to her in the library yesterday, and she gave me one-word answers. Wow. While she was doing her homework yesterday. Okay, Caleb. Okay. So it's all about how you are, did you enjoy it? Did you enjoy it? Because why are you saying she gave you one-word answers? Did you find that to be an issue? How are you, April? Welcome. Did you set the stage before the day and then let the day play out? Or were you trying to make things happen, Caleb? Were you trying to make things happen, or were you allowing them to take shape? See, when you try to make stuff happen, things usually don't go as you think they should because you're trying to make it so. So you have to ask yourself, why are you doing what you're doing? Where's your actions coming from? A place? What place is your actions coming from? Hey, D4, how are you? Welcome. And that's how a lot of us were trained, D4. You're not the only one that has been there, done that. We all have. We all have questioned ourselves, doubted ourselves, and then we had to make a decision where we're going to keep allowing ourselves to think from that space, to always seeing life from the worst state as opposed to the best outcome. So it is going to take practice, D4, for you to transform the way you think. You are going to have to decide to practice thinking differently. Yeah, we've all been there. But now you have to start saying that, practice saying everything works out for me. Going to every day, it's almost like the night before you're saturating your mind with it. Tomorrow, when I wake up, when I awake, everything is going to be awesome. Everything is going to be so amazing, so wonderful, so thankful. And then you wake up and you're like, I'm so thankful for the day. Everything went so amazing, but not how it happened. Just that the things you experienced, they were meant for you to experience them. Too many of us get caught up on how the day should go, like want to be specific about the different details of the day. And you got to kind of withdraw yourself from that mindset of trying to know the specific details of the day and just be general with it. Like, no matter what happens, I'm where I'm supposed to be because I'm supposed to be there. And then just know that things just are going to naturally be be a great experience. Hey, Keisha, the Purpose Penthouse. How are you? So you've been waiting on me? Well, that's the thing. You felt that way, Caleb. You're creating it. Change the way you think. You're looking for her to be a certain way as opposed to just being in the moment. You're trying to be in control, and you gotta let it go. You can't control that, the how. You're still trying to say, oh, I'm gonna go sit next to her, and then when I come sit next to her, she better respond to me in this way, and she better do this, and it ain't no better, ain't no she should, ain't no she must. You have to know that that the relationship is already that way, and allow it to happen organically. Allow it to happen without you trying to put yourself in the right position. But you keep trying to make it be a certain way, and then you finding yourself disappointed. So me and my SP got into a disagreement this morning, and man, I've been... All right, you could change it. You could change it, Purpose Penthouse. You can change it. Thank you. Yeah, and it's not even, and the way you'll transform the quote unquote negative thoughts, D4, is to not label them. Know that they're just habitual, and you're deciding to change the way you think. And that's really all that's happening. You're just deciding to think differently. And when the old way of thinking wants to come up, you got to talk to yourself. You got to say, I don't think that way anymore. And the only reason I'm having those thoughts is out of habit. But I'm not now going to choose a different habit. And now I'm going to choose to think that way. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Jasmine. Is it normal to get nervous because things are so sweet with me? And that's you get to define the nervousness. You get to define it. This your world. So, oh, I'm so nervous with anticipation. Oh, I wonder what we gonna do next. Oh my goodness, this is so sweet. This is so amazing. I wonder what else is gonna happen. Oh, I just know it only gets better and better. Like, talk to yourself and have that, giddy type nervousness, right? Allow yourself to have a giddy type nervousness. Talk to yourself. It's okay. It's okay. That's a popular topic, Keisha. It's a very popular topic. Right. So enjoy it. Enjoy it. It's okay to be happy. It's okay for relationships to be effortless. It really is. It's okay for relationships to be effortless. To normalize happiness. Got to normalize happiness in a relationship. Yes, redefine it. Exactly. Negative keeps me in a bad mentality and a bad mood all the time, and I hate waking up. Okay, so D4 is all about deciding how you're going to go to sleep at night. Can you find things to be grateful for? Because that'll definitely change your mood. When you can appreciate life. Like, man, I get to prove this what I've been hearing the last couple of days. I get to prove to see if this really works. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to be committed to thinking differently. Because I need to prove that this thing works. I need to prove that my thoughts really do create my reality. So I must prove it to myself. So what can you do to prove it to yourself? What can you do to prove that, So you could say, it can be something just so simple, You can determine like, okay, when I go for a drive or I go for a walk, or if I go, whenever I go shopping, I'm just going to see people. It's just going to be happy people wherever I go. People just going to be smiling and laughing and giggling, and they're going to be greeting me, and everything is just going to be so free, so uplifting, and you're not going to try to figure out how or when that's going to happen. You're just going to prove to yourself that you get to define the mood that you see just by speaking it. I appreciate many things, but I have a lot of bad memories from the past, and I don't know how to move on from it. Well, you know the past only exists in your mind, right? And since it only exists in your mind, you get to change it. You can change the past. Did you know you could change the past? By deciding to think of it differently. Because you really don't remember the past like you think you do. You kind of remember the past. You don't really remember exactly what, and you don't know why people did what they did. You only know the actions that was taken, but you don't know the cause behind it. When the cause was really, they didn't know any better. You didn't know any better. You know, people were doing stuff out of emotions, and their emotions ruled them. And so they were making choices and decisions based on things that didn't benefit you or them. And so when you can come from that space of the things that happened that were not so great really came from a place of ignorance, that you really didn't know what you didn't know. And so you made choices based on what you didn't know. But now you know better. And so since you know better, you can actually choose differently. You know differently. So you get to choose from that space. And so you get to what? Forgive the past, which means to give it a new story. Give compassion, give understanding, give grace. And then you gotta let it go. You don't want to be prisoner to something that doesn't even exist, and the only place it exists is in your mind. And since it only exists in your mind, you get to change it. Because that's one thing you can always change, your thoughts. You can always change your thoughts about a thing. Always. Yeah, doubt is... You got to start loving on your body. That's how. Eve Saint. What is that? Eve Sainty? Is that what that says? You got to start loving your body now. Appreciate your body and see it as the version as you want it to be. Are you loving on the body now and loving that the body is exactly as you desire for it to be? So you're talking as though you already have that body. When you talk about your body, how do you talk about your body? Do you tell your body, oh, you look good? Oh my goodness, I never seen you look so good. Oh my goodness, it is amazing. You're absolute beauty. You're absolute, whatever you want to say this body is. From the place of what you want it to look like, that's how you should talk about it. You should talk about it as though you already have the body, because you do. The body is in your mind first before it ever becomes a physical representation. So you talk about it as though you already have it, because you do. And then you allow it to show up in your world. Well, first of all, let's start calling the memories bad. See, my emotions ruled me out. Let's not label the past as bad. Let's just say that there were experiences. They were experiences. That's all they were. They were just experiences. Because when you take the judgment of bad away from it, you can take the sting away from it, the emotions away from it. When you remove the stigma of labeling it. Yes, it says free hugs, but then it says just kidding, don't touch me. Free hugs, just kidding, don't touch me. That's that sarcasm, that sarcastic Sagittarian coming out. It's the point where I was so stressed I broke down in front of my mama. My MMA kid. That's okay. That is okay, D4. That is okay. Your MMA coach, okay. She comforted me, though, and keeps me going, but I never cried in front of... Okay. That's okay to be vulnerable. Because, you know, in actuality, you needed that release. You were holding on to something that needed to be released. And so that was probably the best thing you ever could have did, was release all of that pent up aggression, that pent up stress. It needed to, but it was like a volcano that needed to erupt. You needed to release it. You know, you shouldn't feel ashamed or guilt because of it. You know, that's a good thing. So while I needed that last night, I realized I was still holding on to So woke this morning, rewriting it. Yes. Thank you, Lisa. Thing is, we get to redefine our past. I know a lot of us probably think that sounds like weird, or like how we gonna change the past? Just the same way you can change your future. You can change the past just like you can change your future. You can decide to think of it differently, right? Because time doesn't exist. Neither does the past. Your past are thoughts. Your present is thoughts, and so is your future. They're just thoughts. And since they're just thoughts, guess what you get to do? Change them. You really do get to change them. And then you don't have to operate from guilt and from shame and from remorse and regret. Because here's the kicker. No one is judging you but you. You're the only one judging what you experienced. So like I was calling forth a healthy relationship, not even realizing that deep down, I still held on to beliefs that go against it. Well, awareness is key. And now that you're aware, right, you get to transform it. You get to recreate it. So I always keep stuff to myself, my emotions and thoughts, and hold it down the best way I can. You don't, that's not necessary. Why would you want to, I get it. Being vulnerable, we think that's being weak, or, you know, but it's not. This is what we have to understand, D4. And I know you've probably never heard this before, but everyone in your reality is just a version of you. Your MMA coach is just a version of you. Your parents, your friends, your family, they're just versions of you. Oh, thank you, Michaela. Thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Michaela. So woke up so much better. I've been just revising, ignoring the beliefs deep down all this time. Yeah, well, we don't want to ignore them. We want to accept them so we can change them, right? When things come to confront us, we don't want to say that they don't exist. We want to transform them, right? We want to say, oh, that's why I thought this way. That's what was going on. Okay, confront it and then change it. Accept that you created it. You took on beliefs maybe somebody else told you about. Like, where did these beliefs even come from? Did these beliefs come from like other relationships that I personally experienced, or were they relationships that other people were experiencing? And I saw their relationships and thought, oh, this is how relationships must go. Relationships must be like this. And so you took on those beliefs based on someone else's experience. So I'll do my best to make everything better for myself and change my emotions and feel more happy. The happiness will come once you change the way you think, D4. I want you to focus on changing the way you think. I want you to change the way you think about you. Because that's how you transform your life, through your thoughts. And so now it's time to start thinking better about yourself, because the more you practice thinking better about yourself, then happiness will be a result of that. Joy will be a result of that. Love will be a result of that. Harmony, peace will be a result of, once you decide to change the way you think of you, everything else flows from that. Because you're transformed by renewing the mind. That's what transformation happens, in the mind. It's your thoughts about it. Right, I've been pushing them back. I felt a whole release when I finally acknowledged it. Yep, a weight lifted. I accepted it and worked on telling myself I deserve that healthy loving. Yep, that you already have it. It's already yours. Everything is good about you. Do you know that you are? So you're a Christian, right? You come from you have a Christian background, D4. Do you have a Christian background, or you just, when you mentioned talking about God, was that from a religious aspect, or was that from, just a general concept you have of God? Because your Bible tells you that you are that you're made in image and likeness of God. And what do you think about God? Because you're made in the image and likeness of God. So what is your concept of God? Because that should be your concept of yourself. So when you think of God, what attributes do you give God? Like, how would you talk about God? What's up, God? Please tell me you'll have this on YouTube. I be listening when I be working. Yes. I got to upload the last 2 videos from yesterday. But yes, I will. It was both experience and witness, but I'm feeling much better today. Oh, yes, absolutely. So glad to hear that, Lisa. My family is Catholic, but I believe in both Christian and Catholic. I believe in God. Okay. And so what's your concept of God? Because you're made in the image and likeness of God. And I believe, is it Jeremiah or Isaiah? It might be, maybe in the Psalm. Maybe it's the Psalms. It may be in the Psalms. The Psalms of David, it tells you that you are fearfully, which means you are reverently. It's like a sense of awe. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are thy works, and that your soul knows right well. You are loved. Okay, so that needs to be your image, because you're made in the image and likeness of God. So that should be your image. So that's what you love about you, that you're loving and you're powerful and everything. Okay. Embrace that. Embrace that that was the gift. That's the gift that you give yourself. That's how you love on yourself. Reminding yourself of these truths, embodying them. Hey, Amanda. Making up to no good. That's how you start to see the good in you, to understand the gifts that were given you. You don't have to. Because God that has begun a good work in you is able to perform it, right? It is the God within you. You don't have to worry about how it's going to happen. You're equipped with all the power, with all the authority, with all the know-how. You will be shown the way, but you got to trust, right? You got to know that you got to walk by faith and not by sight, right? You cannot go by appearances. You have to trust that the God in you is with you, leading you, guiding you. Because if you can receive this God, you and God are one. God, you are God. If you can receive that, you are God. Read Psalm 82 and John 10 and 34. And then you have Paul reminding you, Christ in you. Know ye not that Christ dwells within you? So you have the power. You have the ability. You just got to learn to enjoy the journey and let go of all of the guilt and the shame, because Romans 8 and 1 tells you there is therefore now no condemnation. And condemnation is guilt, shame, remorse, regret. So there's no condemnation, no more guilt, no more shame, no more remorse, no more regret to those that are in Christ Jesus. So why are you walking around feeling bad about yourself when the God within you put you here for a purpose and you just declared what that purpose is? So I don't know if the $100 challenge is over, but I got a bonus at work and it was over what I got last year. All right. It's never over. Wow. All right. Let's go. Wow. Let's go. That's beautiful. Wow. Congratulations. No guilt. God doesn't operate in guilt. So I know it's already done, but my thing is, thank you. You got to stop speaking what you don't want, dream woman. Hey, dream woman, you got to choose not to talk about what you don't want to experience. The reason why you talking about is not being here. That's the reason why you can't see it. It won't be here because that's what you're talking about. So one more thing, how do I forget the people that hurt or betrayed me from the past? You have to understand that they were operating from a fear-based mentality. That the people that hurt you, they were just doing what they probably was doing it out of fear or trying to protect themselves or because they were also hurt, right? You heard the story, you heard the saying, hurt people. That's true. People that don't know how to love, don't know how to love. So when you don't know how to love, what do? You hurt. You operate in fear. So this is where it's going to take for you to have grace and understanding. And to know that, be empathetic, see yourself in their shoes. What if you had made some of those same mistakes and you had hurt people and you weren't aware of it? And you were doing some things that maybe had you knew differently, you would have made different choices. Think of it that way. When you think of man, they were only thinking and doing what they were doing because of the information they were given. And they didn't know any better. So you really do have to be like the Christ that said, forgive them, Father, for they know not what they're doing. People that hurt people don't realize what they're doing. They're operating from autopilot. They're operating from conditioning and programming. And the conditioning programming is not love. The conditioning programming is fear and hate and hurt and despondency and confusion. Well, dream woman, you're going to have to decide. So who are you asking for permission to believe in you? Because you don't need permission from anyone to believe that you have what you're asking for. But it looks like you're looking for permission to give it to yourself. This is something you're going to have to decide that you're no longer going to talk about not having it. You're only going to talk about being it. But this is a choice you have to make. You have to decide that. Hey, EJ, welcome. Hi. I don't know if you RMB, but I told you I was on a money mission for 30,000. I don't think true. NYC. Been robotic. Yes, I do remember, EJ. I remember. Hey, the nail geek. Hello, Joe. What's up? What's your take on reprogramming the sub? My take. Know what you were aware of that got you. Was it more to know what you were aware of that got you? In order to transform your mind, you must change the way you think. That's what I believe how you reprogram the subconscious mind. You have to decide to change the way you think and then remain faithful to it. You must remain faithful to it. You must give it your attention. It has to be a decision that I'm going to think this way. And I'm going to continue to think this way until what becomes normal, natural for me to think this way. So I'm going to keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it. Repetition is key. Repetition is key. Oh, yes, yes, EJ, yes. Wow. Beautiful. Love that. Wow. Love that. Wow. Hey, Vanessa, nope, you're right on time. So I'm getting my 37K this weekend. A couple of days ago, I had $0 in my bank account. Now I got enough for my, oh yes, NYC trip. Still affirming and persisting until my 37K is here. All right, all right. It's already done. Love it. Hello, Jeremiah. Oh, you're welcome. You're so welcome, D4. You're so welcome. You realize that you have done the same thing to others in your own way. Oh, you're welcome. Hello, Perry. How are you? I missed what you said. This will be on you. Yes, it will be. Yes, most definitely. So I didn't even believe myself at the start, but I affirmed and persisted, and it's done. Yes, yes, yes. As they did, like, yes, yes, EJ. Persistence is key. Persistence. Keep giving remain faithful to your unseen reality. You got to remain faithful to it. You got to persist. Persistence is key. Your attention, focus, whatever you want to call, right? Persistence, attention, focus, all the same thing. You come with good news. You always come with good news, all love. You always come. Hello, Stacy. So I'm gonna contact my SP after a year and a half of no contact. He's confessed his love for me. All right, all right, all right. Let's go. Okay. Wow. Stacy, congratulations. Yes. Yes, I'm ready. I'm already planning my free spring break trip, but I told myself I always receive trips. Yes. For free. All expenses paid. Is that Puerto Rico too? And I just got an email. Oh, all right, all right. Wow. You and these details. I'm here for it. That's wonderful, all love. Abraham Ashafet emailed me saying I'm considered for the trip. Bring a friend. Nice. That is amazing. Wow. Love that. Yes. That is beautiful. Love that. Yep, you just got to decide what you want. You got to decide what you want. And you don't have to compromise. Don't take no for an answer. But the key is not trying to figure out, I know people say you got to detach. You got to let go. The letting go will be described as when you plant a garden, right? Say you planting tulips or rose bush, or you plant vegetables, right? When you drop the seed in the soil, you don't go and then dig it up and say, are you growing? Are you growing? Are you growing? You don't do that. You put the seed in the ground and then you go about your merry way. Every now and again, you may water it. You have nothing to do with the sunshine. The sun is going to shine every day. It's going to come. The sun going to do what it's do. You really only have to water it because it's going to rain. Rain happens too. All right? But what you don't do. You're not responsible for making the plants or the vegetation grow, right? You're not responsible for that. You have nothing to do with making the garden grow. You have to see that as your desire. That's why the Bible references seeds and you being the planter, right? You're not supposed to try to make anything happen. You're supposed to believe you already have it, and then you're supposed to just go about your day, not trying to worry about it, not trying to figure it out. Allow things to take place on their own. Great news, my rent paid through April, and I have enough money to move to a new affordable place. Congratulations. Beautiful, beautiful. Congratulations, Jordy. Yes. That is wonderful. So happy for you. Yes, let's go. Trust is a very important key when we talk about, that how powerful your mind is. See, you can already do stuff physically. You already know that. You could physically try to make things, to make things happen. You know that you can do that. You want to prove to yourself that that's a limitation. The physical part of you is the limitation. And that the cause is mental. That's how you'll get to experience so much more than you ever could realize when you start to operate from the inside out. Yes, hello, mommy, gotcha. Facts. God is the light within the soul as it climbs from the bottom of the temple to your forehead. All right. Yes. It is our, right? It's our immortal self. And it's coming to realize that the world is mental. Everything is mental. The cause is always mental. Yep. So even when age is a requirement, I don't care. I am the only exception. Absolutely. Age is made up, right? Age requirement, that's something we made up, right? Because you're actually ageless. You're ageless, you're timeless, you're immortal, you're eternal, all powerful. And so realizing the truth of you, you're going to have to learn how to use that inner voice. Learn how to use that inner voice. So all our life, we were living outside in. And now it's time to realize we're supposed to live inside out. That everything we see, everything that happens in this world is first a thought. Comes from within. Before we decide to do anything, it was always a thought. Now we believed in our five senses. That's what we gave power to. We gave power to the five senses. We said, well, if I can't see it physically, if I can't hear it audibly, right? If I can't touch it, if I can't smell it, if I can't taste it, then it doesn't exist. It isn't real. And then we say, well, actually, the real you is a thing that you cannot detect with the five senses. And you can prove this to yourself by talking to yourself without using your voice. You prove to yourself that there's a greater part of you that can see without the eyes, hear without the ears, and speak without the mouth. Yes, stop waiting. I legit said I wanted to plan 3 trips today. There we go. Yes. Stop waiting. Because you got to prove it to yourself. It really doesn't matter what anyone else says. It really only matters what you can prove to yourself. And whatever it is that you're desiring, whatever that is. But I know we feel like, we think time is real. Hey, user 433. So we're just like, well, what if I'm in a time crunch? And what if I need things to happen right now? And what if I can't wait on God? And I just can't wait for things to... How would you know to trust unless you learn to trust? How could you ever know it unless you choose to do it? Unless you practice it? Unless you test it? Now, if you test it and you find out that it doesn't work, then hey, nobody can be mad at that. If you find out that you did all that you could do and you believed and you were made faithful and you trusted and you weren't wavering, you weren't double-minded, and you found out that this was lacking, then you got a right to be like, oh, that ain't nothing but a bunch of bull. I don't believe it. But if you test it and you find out you were thinking something and you didn't try to make anything happen and you remain faithful to that belief, faithful to that thought, you gave your attention to it and you didn't waver and you did nothing on the outside to make it so, but things just happened that you can't even, you're like, oh my goodness, it just happened. But you're only going to know if you prove it. You're only going to know that if you prove it. Because you want to trust in you. It's so easy to go to talk to somebody else and they give you this, well, they're going to give you this technique or they're going to give you this formula or the thing is, even if you go to someone else and they give you this formula and they give you this technique, do you know you're still the one responsible for applying it? You're still the one responsible for applying it. Yep, Joe, that's it. Hey, loves, how are you? Happy Friday. It's interesting that everything that we find ourselves experience is really confirmation bias, right? It's really confirmation bias until we decide to choose something differently. Right? So those who believe, thank you. Happy Friday. And so depending on where you are on this spectrum of knowing, of self-actualization, of realizing who you are, you'll always get confirmation of what you believe to be true. Always. You'll always get confirmation on what you accept. Just really think about that. It's what you accept, you'll always get confirmation about that. So if you believe that, well, I don't accept that me using my mind and me saying I have money, I don't believe that's enough. I don't see how that can happen. I think that I have to physically work for it. I don't accept that you telling me all I got to do is see it mentally or say it within myself that I already have the money. I don't believe that's true. I believe the only way money can really come is that I have to go physically do something. I either have to go ask somebody for it, I have to go borrow it from the bank, or I have to go work for it, right? I either have to borrow, beg, or work for the money. That's the only way I can think that money can come into my experience. Well, then that's the only way you're going to experience money. Saying the confirmation doesn't mean you have to leave the house in order to experience it. That part. You do not have to leave the house. You do not. Man. Because here's the thing, is that we have to ask ourselves, have you ever gotten something that you didn't ask for, that you didn't physically do anything to get it? Like, has anything ever come to you where you didn't have to ask anybody for it? You didn't have to physically do anything for it? Like, have you ever experienced something where it just came to you? Like somebody was just like, you know what? I was thinking about you. Or, you got a refund that you don't even know why you got the refund, and you got a credit and you have no idea why you got the credit. They said, oh, we have this room and we just love who you are and we're just going to upgrade you. Or, things just happen for no particular reason other than you happen to be at the right place at the right time, or things just happen to go. honest and think about it, it's happened to all of us on some level, more some than others. I'll grant you that, because some people are more aware of the fact that we don't have to do anything. Even though we've been convinced and tricked into thinking that we do have to do something, the reality is we don't have to do anything. Some things came to me, and she said, I had to ask for it to happen. Things happen unexpectedly. Okay. Yep. We just have to get into the habit of believing, of accepting that we don't have to work for things. Even though that's what we've been told all of our life, that we have to work for things. But that's what we've been told. Does that mean that you won't have a career that you absolutely love, and that through that career you get some type of monetary gain? No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that you're just gonna, everyone has their own thing that drives them, their own passions in life, right? Everyone is individual from that aspect. No two people are viewing life from the same lens, right? Everyone has their own individualized perspective, right? Some people came here to be great musicians. Some people came here to be famous musicians, right? But not all musicians are in the forefront. Not all musicians want fame. Some people just love making music, but not trying to get, the stardom from it. Every multi-millionaire, or every person that's living like living a luxurious, wealthy, elegant, opulent experience, are not here to be known or to be famous. Some people are just going about life, living life as they see fit, and just enjoying it in that way. You just have to determine, what do you want in life, and what does that look like for you? You just have to determine that. And there is no should or shouldn't, no must or have to. It is simply, what do you want to do? Who do you want to be? Thank you, neighbor. And then lean into that and know that whatever you choose, you will be well taken care of. Thank you, butterfly. Hello. Not whatever you choose to do in life, it doesn't matter what it is. And you do have to be like what Abraham Hicks would say. You kind of almost got to put your head in the sand, because you cannot allow the world to dictate to you what your life should be. Hey, Envy Beats. Happy Friday. You have to determine that. But the world would tell you what you should expect now. The world would tell you, you're not living unless you got, at least, unless you're a multi-millionaire. Where your hundreds of millions at? Where your $500,000 a month at? You ain't really successful. You really not as powerful as you say if you can't bring in, $1 million a month. Oh, my pleasure, sup, God. Because I'm reminding myself too. And of course, rich is your birthright. Wealth is your birthright, right? Wealth is your birthright. You get to determine what that entails, what that really means, how wealthy you want to be, right? Because there's no wrong or right, there's no good or bad. But you don't have to like feel bad or feel like you're not as successful, or that you're not, that because your life doesn't look like what someone else's life look on social media, on Instagram, that somehow you don't measure up. No comparison, no competition. Just learn to be thankful. Be thankful. Like understand that, man, yeah, I actually have a really good life. I really do have an amazing life. I'm doing things that I want to do. Now, if you're doing things that you don't want to do because you're doing it out of fear, then that's something you need to take a step back on, and you need to go within and decide that life, I only have now, and I want to decide what I want that to look like, and have faith in that, and don't do stuff out of, oh, if I go this way, where am I going to get the money from? But I gotta pay my bills, or I gotta eat. I gotta have somewhere to live. I can't do what I really want to do, because if I do what I really want to do, how do I know that I'll be well taken care of? Exactly. How will you know? Unless you step out there and be it. How will you know? Because you can always go back and get a job. It's not hard to get a job. It's not hard to work a job if a job is not what you want. And if you want to be an entrepreneur, if you want a specific type of job, if you want a specific type of thing, if you could just use your mind to see yourself already in that reality, if you would just use your mind to see yourself in that reality, and you don't have to try to make anything happen, do you know doors will just open up if you can just be thankful for where you are while seeing yourself being that which you desire to be now. It's all about not trying to make a thing so. It's about recognizing that it's already so. So I also forget my college nominated me to join their program of leadership and success because I'm, oh, I know, right? Yes. Oh, that is so amazing. That is beautiful. That is beautiful. Hey, Real Estate Nick. Good afternoon. Man, choosing to be happy. But it's more than happy, joy. It's choosing to experience joy right now. Like to be joy, like meditate on what that is, right? Like, what does it mean to be joy? To be thankful. Thank you so much, Earth God. To be joyful. Like you're living the way you want your life to be, and you're living it in your mind. And you're allowing yourself, you're talking to yourself as though it's already a thing. Like you're talking to yourself. You're talking to yourself. Yeah, you know what? All love. That's what people want. People want to be supported, to be seen, to be heard, to be encouraged, to be uplifted. To be like, yes, I was like comparing my life to other people. I was thinking I had to compete with other people. And I really wasn't taking the time to be thankful for where I am and the gifts that I have, and that I am enough, and that where I am is okay. That this isn't about me in comparison to another person's journey or another person's reality. Oh, all right, Real Estate Nick. Wow. All right. That is amazing. That is amazing. I love that. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. Did you drop a comment in the video, Real Estate Nick? Congratulations. This is the way you prove it to yourself. You gotta apply it. You gotta give your attention to something, and just give your attention to that. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter what it is. Just give your attention to something and do it for 7 days, right? You can use this experiment for anything. For anything. Give it for anything. And you can just commit to 7 days, but that doesn't mean it's going to take 7 days. It may take longer. It may take shorter. It may take you the first moment you decided and then instantly, bam. And then other things, it may take 2 weeks, 2 months, but you remain faithful. You know you planted the seed, and you know the seed shall surely manifest. That's all you have to remain faithful to. It's the knowing, the trusting that you planted the seed the moment you said, I am that. The moment you proclaimed, declared, I am that. That was the moment you planted the seed. And you do it because the repetition of saying it as you go to sleep and doing it during the day is how you're reprogramming the mind, right? And then next thing you know, you ain't even really thinking about it anymore, and then it shows up. That's how it happens. Is when you at the time you least expect it, and in a way you don't know, it just shows up. I know, CC. People like, all love, spread the love, spread the love, all love, spread the love. But it's just all about faithfulness. It truly is just about faithfulness. You get love, you get love. Absolutely. Absolutely. And it really is, you just got to talk to yourself. I'm telling you, talking to yourself is key. Too many of us, when we talk to ourselves and we talk about how it's not going to happen and how impossible it is and why is it taking so much time and how long do I have to keep waiting. And when I'm talking about talking to yourself, I'm talking about talking as though it's already done. Not complaining about how it's taken so long to get here. But that's what some of us are doing. We're focused on the fact that we don't see it yet. And we're letting the 5 senses dictate. We're letting circumstances dictate. When you should be putting your focus on, if you're going to talk to yourself, you have to talk to yourself as though it's already done. Not, why isn't it happening? No, that's not how we're talking to ourselves. We're talking as though we already have it. But that's why we suggest getting out of the house or putting your focus on something, giving your energy to something else. Something that takes your mind away from the how and the when. So do something that you enjoy. Do something that's going to make you lighthearted. Whether it's watching a favorite television show, watching a favorite movie, going for a walk with a friend, talking to a friend, right? Going somewhere that's going to make you feel, like, yeah, this is why I am here. Life is simple. Life is easy. Life is wonderful. Take your focus away from the how and just enjoy life. And I know it be sounding too easy because it really is that easy. And we want to make it difficult, but simplicity is key. Simplicity is key. And we don't want to think that, me taking a walk is just gonna make it happen. No, you taking a walk is taking your mind away from trying to think about how it's going to happen. It's already done. It's already done. Hello, Jess. How are you? It's just getting your mind on the right track, getting your mind, and yeah, you're going to have to not listen to the news. You're going to have to turn the news off, especially if you can't see it just as for entertainment purposes. You should be like, oh, this should be an interesting television show. Let's see what story they're trying to convince us of. What's the narrative for today? If you can't watch the news and see that, then I suggest not watching the news. If you're sitting here thinking that they have the power to create in your reality, then I suggest you don't watch it. Absolutely. Have the faith that the Bible tells you to have. Absolutely. Say, funny, I never liked the news even as a kid because it made me feel uncomfortable. Right? Still don't. Yep. Yes, faith in yourself, faith in your knowing, faith in your words. We don't have faith in our words enough. We be double-minded with our words. We say that we say that we want a thing, and then we say the opposite. We start talking about doubt and fear and limiting beliefs instead of holding on to the thing that we've asked for. See, there are 4 steps to manifesting, which is also prayer, if you want to call it prayer. The first step is to decide what you want. Step 2 is to what? Pray. Prayer is giving thanks. It's actually recognition, acknowledgement that the thing that you desire, which is step 1, already exists. And step 3 is to what? Remain faithful to it. That you don't go by appearances. That you trust. And so remaining faithful means what? When you talk to yourself, you're talking as though it's already done. Not what to do to make it so. You're talking as though the thing is already so. It's already so. And then step 4 is you got to be in a position to receive, which means you got to be still and know that the thing you asked for is already yours. To them that have, it shall be given, and that in abundance. But him that have not, if you keep saying this thing is difficult, it's impossible, then the thing that you think you're going to get, that, or the thing you think you have, that is going to be taken away from you. So you'll never realize your desire except you accept that you already are the person that has it. Hey, Ema. Hey. What's up, niece? How are you? Thank you. You must remain faithful to the story. Too many of y'all are double-minded. You say, I want this. I am this. You're giving your attention to this, right? You say, I want to experience more wealth. I want the feeling of wealth. I want to, how do I get that? How do I get the feeling of wealth? And I tell you, well, you got to act as though you already have it in your mind. So how do you talk about money? How do you talk about money? Oh, when I go to the store, I complain about how much grocery prices cost. I mean, how much the grocery is. Or when I go to the gas pump, I complain about that. Or when I'm at work and they get to talking about the economy, they get to talking about inflation, I'm all in. I'm all for, yeah, you right. They don't pay us enough. Yeah, you right. I don't know what this president gonna do. He making economy go down, go to shit. I don't understand. Who is he? He's a horrible businessman. Oh my goodness. You got all this to say, but you said you're wealthy. That's not how a person that's experiencing wealth talks. Because it's by your words are you justified, and by your words are you condemned. Your words tell you what you really believe. It's your words. It's never your action. Because your actions are a result of your words. You act based off your beliefs. So if you think a certain thing, you're going to act a certain way. As a man thinks in his heart, so is he. It's your thoughts. It's your thoughts. Right, I never converse like a Me Too person. I love that. I love that. Never talk like a Me Too person. Oh my goodness. Because it's not what you say, it's what you give your attention to. Remember, that's what we did the experiment, right? We did the experiment and we noticed that it wasn't what we said, it's what we gave our attention to, right? Right? So we went to sleep saying, I received $100. I received $100. And then we did through the day saying, I did not receive $100. I did not receive $100. And then what happened? The $100 came. Why? Because that's what you were giving your attention to, $100. So if you're going to say I'm wealthy, but give your attention to lack, what do you think you're going to manifest? You're going to manifest lack because that's what you're giving your attention to. You're saying, I don't have enough. I don't have enough. This costs us too much. I don't see how I can afford this. Why? Well, why, how come they don't give us a raise? How come they don't give us a promotion? I don't understand. Like, how do they expect me to pay my mortgage and my property taxes if, they don't increase my salary, but they keep increasing those payments? You can never speak of lack and think that you can experience abundance. That's a double-minded man who's unstable in all his ways. Make sure that your yes is yes and your no is no. Your yes is yes, this is who I am. Yes, this is what I say I am experiencing. Yes, I'm going to give my attention to my desire. Yes, yes, yes. No is, I'm not speaking of circumstances. I don't care what it looks like. I don't care what's going on out there. The only thing that matters is what's going on within here. Hello, Twice Star. That's all that matters is what's going on within. What are you mentally saying? What are you mentally committing to? What are you being steadfast about? What are you giving your attention to, your focus, your energy? Be intentional. Be purposeful. I was thinking of an example of that is this one of that methods saying you're not experiencing a glow up than saying you are. Yep. Because you're talking about a glow up. You're talking about a glow up. The technique is about attention. The technique is about attention, not about denying or accepting. It's about what you're giving your attention to. We were giving our attention to $100, so the $100 had to appear. It was like when I manifested the butterfly and I was saying, I'm not going to see a butterfly. I'm not going to see a butterfly. I'm not going to see a butterfly. I saw a butterfly because I was talking about a butterfly. So I saw one. Because consciousness, the universe doesn't know no. The universe says whatever you're talking about, whatever you give your attention to, that's what I will give unto you. Whatever you give your attention to, I'll give it to you. Yep. Twice. Yep. Whatever you focus on is yours. That's it. Is what you focus on. So what you give your attention to, that is the key. It's not what you say, it's what you give your attention to, because the universe doesn't know no. Oh, that's okay, Twice Sex Star. You got it. Yep. That's why the Bible says, let the weak man say, I am strong. Not let the weak man say, I'm not weak. See, if you say, I'm not weak, I'm not weak, I am weak, I am weak, I am not weak, I'm not weak. What are you talking about? Being weak. But if you say, I am not strong, I am not strong, I am strong, I am strong, what are you focused on? Being strong. But here's the thing, because what we have to be so careful about is our dominant beliefs, right? Because I gave you all the example of advertisers, right? They could care less about your feelings. They're only going to be repetitious about their advertising, right? So before we get into the world of social media, everybody used to watch TV, and the TV had commercials, right? And a lot of times the TV ads were with jingles, right? You had jingles accompanying a lot of the advertisements, right? Now, thank you. Hey, cuz, what's up? Now, when you're on social media and you're scrolling, right? People are promoting or selling something, right? And you have your ads like on Facebook or on Instagram. You have, you're going to see Macy's, or you're going to see Nordstrom's Rack, or you're going to see Shein, or you're going to see JC, whoever you're going to see, whoever's on your timeline as you're scrolling, right? They could care less about how you feeling. They just know that if they keep putting it in front of you, that eventually you're going to buy something. The only way you don't buy something, like if you know you can afford Macy's, but you can't afford something from Nordstrom's, you're more apt to buy from Macy's because your dominant belief is, I can't afford anything in Nordstrom's. My pocketbook don't reach that far. Oh, thank you. Thank you for stopping by. Yes. Yep. And you're going to want to be faithful to it. You got to be faithful to it. So the dominant belief always wins. But if you say, I can figure out how to get the Nordstrom's thing, so they offer me a credit card. And so you say, oh, a credit card is a way to get the thing that I want. And if you have a mindset of lack, even though you can't afford it, you'll create the reality of more debt by taking on more credit, knowing that you have no way to pay these bills off. Because your dominant belief is you don't have enough. And so you keep creating a reality where you confirm you never have enough, because that's your dominant belief. So to change your beliefs, you must what? Change the way you think. You are transformed by renewing your mind. So now you have to constantly remind yourself, oh, I am wealthy. Well, what does that mean? What does it mean to be wealthy? How does a person that's wealthy, how do they think? Because you're going to naturally do what a wealthy person does when you understand how a wealthy person thinks. So, a wealthy person, how do they communicate? How do they talk? What do they say to themselves? So when they go to the store, are they complaining about how much things cost? No, they're not. They say, oh yeah, I can afford that. I'm just choosing not to buy that. Oh yeah, I can afford that. I'm just choosing not to buy that. When they go to the gas station, they're not driving around trying to see what's the cheapest gas. You're going to do whatever gas station, whatever pump comes up, you're going to go and you're going to fill your tank up, and you ain't going to think about it. It's not even, because you got to fill it up anyway. So you're not going to be concerned about, oh my goodness, let me only put in $20 because that's all I had. Like, we're wealthy now. How does a wealthy person think? And then when conversations when the family come up and people are talking about, yeah, I don't know. Man, they gave us a raise, man, my job tripping. They haven't, or the president, he tripping, or, oh my goodness, stocks, the stocks are falling and this and that. If when you talk about money, you never have anything good to say about it. That's not a wealth mindset. Say, when it comes to body manifestations, I focus on feeling safe and confident in my body and things. Yes. Dealing with anxiety usually comes from what? Wanting to be in control of the future, right? Is to become present with the now moment. And I come to realize when you start loving on you, anxiety deplenishes. When you truly love you, when you truly start to know that you are loved and supported and that God only wants the best for you, that God is not looking to harm you, to do hurt to you, but only wishes to prosper you. Like, you got to know that you are here to prosper in all areas. And that consciousness, the universe, God, your I am, only looks to bless you. Say, that happened today with my aunt. She said I should be cautious with my job because it's ooh. And so what? Ooh. All right, Ajax. Yep, money is immortal just like us. God experiencing itself. Yep. And I said, that's not what I focus on. That's like me telling you I don't worry about job. That part. Say that again, Ajax. That part. That part. That's it. Thank you. Yes. Almost 10K. Yes. Don't allow yourself to get in those conversations of lack. Pay attention. And if you find yourself giving into those conversations, like, this conversation, it happened unaware, you wasn't being aware, and you found yourself going down the rabbit hole of complaining about money. And then you get home and you like, ooh, I'm talking about being abundant. And I sure gave over to that conversation of lack. That's when you want to revise. That's the proper time to do a revision. Thanks, Sam Moon. That's the perfect opportunity to revise a conversation. You're manifesting wealth and you found yourself in a conversation of lack. You want to take that conversation and rewrite it. You want to revise it. You don't want to accept it. You want to say, actually, when we were having that conversation, I was quiet. And I was like, that's not my story. I don't know nothing but wealth on this side. It's nothing but wealth and abundance. I'm flourishing over here. That's actually what I said. I said to myself, I'm flourishing. I don't worry about money. Money comes to me easily, effortlessly. Everything is paid for. I have an abundance. I have an overflow. Yes. Thank you, Ema. Thank you. See, that's when you want to revise. When you decided that you're going to have a new mindset, and then you find yourself telling the old story. If you're deciding to tell a new story, then you find yourself reverting back to the old. That's when you want to use revision. Because it's what you give your attention to is what you're going to manifest always. It's your focus, right? Your attention to a thing. So your attention should always be on you have more than enough. Greetings, Starseed. Oh. I never watched Candyman, but okay. Shh. Don't say that. All right. Shh. You got to talk to yourself. This is key. This is how you reprogram. This is the quickest way to reprogram. You must talk to yourself. Enough of us don't talk to ourselves enough. And when we do talk to ourselves, we're talking about the things we don't want to see. You got to stop that. Talk about the way you want life to be. Talk the way you want it to be. Now that you're wealthy, what does that look like? Where we going? You got more money than you can know what to do with. What you doing with it? Oh man, I just got back from going over to Paris. I wanted lunch in Paris, and so I came back. Depending on how much money you say you have, how much you saying is in your bank account, or you could have just been like, man, I just went downtown for brunch down to one of those restaurants, one of those 5-star restaurants. Oh my goodness, the lunch, the brunch, the dinner was amazing. Oh man, I just came back from, visiting my family that live out east, like what does that look like now that you are the person you desire to be? You got a business that's just like booming. Who you talking to and sharing that great news with? Man, I just got off the phone with some people that want to, invest more in my company. I just heard from, Walmart, Target, whoever. They wanted to put me on the shelf. They want to sell my goods, or I'm selling with Amazon. I don't know what your life is, but you need to speak as though it's already that. Whatever it is, whatever you're saying you are, you need to talk as though you are. Talk. Speak those things that be not as though they were. That should be your conversation. You're saying you're a multimillionaire. What does that look like? What is your conversation now that you have millions of dollars? What does that look like? Hey, Joy. Hey. Yes. I say I'll send it to you. I don't like the movie just there. Oh, okay. How can you manifest on a time crunch? SP and I are supposed to go away for the weekend and things. But first of all, there is no time in consciousness. It's already a thing. Let go of the time element. It doesn't exist. And like Ema said, pack for the trip. You have to talk as though that you and the SP have gone on the trip. You can do the remember when. Man, I remember we were talking about this trip, and it was so exciting. It was amazing. It was more wonderful than I expected. And you're saying this in yourself. You're having this conversation with you and with you alone. You're saying this in your mind, that you remember when you all were talking about this trip and all the things that you were going to do on the trip, and you got to do every last thing that you wanted to do and then some. It was one of the most amazing trips ever. Like, oh my goodness, this trip it's for the record books. Whatever you all planned, talk about it as though you already did those things you planned to do on this trip. Make it a memory, right? Because the consciousness, your subconscious doesn't know if it's something that did happen or didn't happen. It only knows what you give your attention to. So give your attention to the fact that you've already gone on the trip and you're telling your best friend about it. Or you're telling, a family member about the trip and how awesome it was. Hey, free game. I made you think of a Bible verse. What Bible verse is that? Hey, Stormy Ray, you're not doing anything wrong. It's already done. There is no time element to this experiment. Oh, thank you, Khaleesi. Thank you. Thank you. Hello. How are you? There's no time element. It's already done. It will come in the most natural way, in the most easiest way. You just cannot be looking for it. And definitely not saying it hasn't happened, because it's what you're giving your attention to. If you're saying it's not happening, that's why you're not seeing it, because you say it hasn't happened. It's already done. Speak of those things that be not as though they were. Yep. Romans 4:17. Yes. Oh, you're welcome, KJX. Speaking more about having the abundant mindset. Yes, you have to pay attention to how you talk about money. As Reverend Ike would say, you got to talk about money like that's your most intimate best friend. Like he say money is like a woman. And how you talk to this woman is so, and like All Love just said, money is God. Money is infinite. Money is everywhere. And it's how you think about it, how you talk about it, it's how you will experience it. That's what anything in your life. How you talk about it is how you will experience it. So when you talk about money, when you think about money, right? And this is not something you're trying to force. This should be effortless. It should be effortless. So I know I had to transform my mindset when it came to money. Because in my 20s, boy, I ran up them credit card bills. Let me tell you. And when I stopped working, I probably owed about $20K in credit card debt. But this is what I did once I had divorced in my first marriage, and when I divorced. And I didn't even know anything about the law of mind. But this is what I realized. I never said that I was broke. I never said I was poor. I never said that money was hard. I never spoke negatively about money. I didn't file bankruptcy because I understood after 7 years, credit would just fall off. If you don't do anything with it, it just falls off of your credit. So I never filed bankruptcy. And I decided that I would never pay to use a credit card, although that's funny. I am paying it. Actually, I don't, because I do have an American Express through Delta. I do have a Delta Sky Miles American Express, and it's like $99 a year, but I always get money back from them. So I always get like a credit of $200, $400 or something like that from them. And then you get Sky Miles too. So I look at it, so I'm really not paying for anything because I always end up getting a credit. So even though I paid the $99 a year, I'm technically still not paying for a credit card. But let me go back to the story. I said I never paid for a credit card, and I made a point of never complaining about money. I don't care what situation I was in. I remember I told you guys, I used to be a single mother on welfare. Like Tupac, single mother, tell me how you did it. Like 3 kids. So shopping at thrift stores and all, but I never complained about money. Now, fast forward, in my 40s, second marriage, now in my 50s, but I was in my 40s when I stopped working, when I retired. I retired in 2017. So I was about 45 years old. And I don't have to work. Right. So when it comes to money, you want to have the right, you want to not speak ill of it. You want to get out of the mindset that you have to work for it. You want to, that what you're doing, whatever your occupation, your career, your passion, don't see it as work. Seeing that you're doing something you love and you're being well taken care of. It's like redefining, giving a different meaning to your reality. You're doing what you love and you're well taken care of. And whether you know it or not, you're defining how much money is coming into your experience based on your sense of worth. And so now it's about expanding your sense of worth and talking to yourself about the things you want to experience and saying, yes, I can do that. I want to travel more. I want to wear more expensive clothing. I want to go and experience, different type of dining, right? I want to, up my dining experience, and say it like, yes, these things are taking place. Like, talk as though like this is possible for you. Speak as though, yes, I can do this. I can see myself doing it. Because that's like, I want to travel more. I want to travel more. I want to travel. And I kept telling myself, oh, I want to travel more. I'm going to travel. And I travel more. I actually do travel more. Like, I've already planned 3 trips, right? I told you guys I'm going to Montego Bay. Then I'm going to doing a cruise to the Bahamas in June. And then going back to Cancun in November. And then I said I may do some small trips in between those throughout the year, depending on how I feel and, or whatever. And so about the credit cards, once I reestablished my credit after, like I said, I had ran up credit cards and, didn't file bankruptcy, I knew what the law was. The law was after 7 years, credit automatically falls off. So when the credit fell off, what I owed fell off, when I reestablished my credit and got new credit cards, I decided I wasn't going to carry balances on my credit cards. I was not going to carry balances. So every month I pay off my credit cards. Because I don't spend money I don't have. The credit cards I only use because they give you cash back or they allow you to have points. But I make sure that whatever I put on a credit card, the money is already there. I'm not, as they say, living beyond my means, or I'm not spending money I don't have. I'm not borrowing money, because that's all credit card is borrowing money. I don't borrow money I don't have, so I never pay interest. I don't do that. Every month my balances are paid in full. But I had to change my mindset. I had to change it. Yes, Joy. Yes, amazing. Yes, that's it. I heard it was the VS cards that got them. Victoria's Secret. Oh, your first card was credit was the Victoria's Secret. Okay. Right. I say I'm doing my boss a favor. That's how I see it. Okay. Right. So I saw my person Saturday, had a good talk, break up his final, but haven't spoke since. Like, that was a good day, but not talking all week. Okay, let's change that. Richie Jackson. So why are we allowing an experience to make us happy or sad? And it's okay that you feel like that, right? Because that's what we're here. We're here to experience emotions. We're not here to allow emotions to what? Control us. But we are here to experience them. That's why we are in this physical body, to have the experience. So have the experience. Just don't let it dictate and rule you. That's what you want to be mindful of. So it's okay, Larry, like, yeah, man, that's fucked up. That was some, but I'm not accepting that. I'm going to revise it. So what do you want, Richie? What do you want? What do you want? That's what it comes down to. After you feel bad, after you have the experience of the emotions, and now what do you want? Because that's what it all comes down to. What do you want? You determine what the relationship is. So what are you determining the relationship is? Because you have to speak as though it's already a thing, but you have to decide what that thing is. So what is the thing? What is it that you want? And now, and when you make the decision, now you have to live from that state. You have to live from that state. So are you broke up or are you together? Like, what is it? What do you want? But that isn't saying what you want. That's being double-minded. I need you to make a decision about what you want. What are we going to give our attention to? We're going to give our attention to being together, trying to be together, not being together. What are we giving our attention to? Because what you give your attention to is what you're going to experience. Okay, so you're already healed and you're already together. 4 steps, right? Decide what you want. You're healed and you're together. Step 2 is pray, give thanks. You have to acknowledge that you are healed and that you are together. Step 3, you got to remain faithful to that story. The story is, I'm healed and we're together. This is amazing. I love being together. It's better than I ever expected. You're talking as though you're together. What does that conversation look like? In your mind, you're having a conversation. We're together. It's wonderful. It's amazing. It's nurturing. That should be your conversation going forth. And then step 4 is that what? You have to be still and know this, which means you're not doubting. You're not trying to figure out the how. You're trusting that it's already done. You're already together. So that's your conversation. Your conversation is going to continue to be, we're already together and we're here, healed. Okay, so if you've accepted that it's all worked out, what are we down about? That's a double-mindedness. You're being double-minded because you're saying that, oh, I know we together. Then what is there to be down about? Why are we down if you know you together? If I know I'm with someone I'm supposed to be with, but you're together though. So who cares if you haven't talked all week? You're together. So there's nothing to be upset about. There's nothing to be down about. You're deciding to let circumstances dictate how you feel. No, you need to talk to yourself the right way, Richie. You need to talk to yourself the right way. You need to talk as though it's already a done deal. You need to talk as though you are together. Whenever you talk about your relationship, it should be from the place of already being together. It's not stop because you're always going to be talking to yourself. You just got to pay attention to how you're talking to yourself. How are you talking to yourself? Are you talking to yourself based off circumstances or as what you said you want your life to be? You got a choice. You get to decide what you're going to give your attention to. Hey, Mia. Okay, that's your husband and everything is amazing and you're not messing anything up. Why would you say that? We got to choose our words wisely, y'all. Y'all got to choose your words wisely. We can't be talking about we messing stuff up when we're the creator. We can't mess nothing up. We're God. Like what? It don't matter what you do. It's what you say. It's what you got to know this. It's what. Exactly. Jumping in the way. Change those words. It's what you give your focus to. So if you're saying, you got to be careful of the double-mindedness. You got to be careful of being double-minded. SB had me tight, so ended it and still see him in love and obsessive with me. He's going crazy. All right. Say that, loves. Say that. The power of the tongue. It is by your words are you justified, and by your words are you condemned. You speak life over a situation. Y'all keep giving life to the wrong thing. Y'all giving life to the unwanted. Stop it. Give life to the thing you want to see. You say it's so hard, people helping people see that they are God. Why are you saying it's hard? Either they're going to receive it or they're not. You can't help nobody to see. Either they're ready to receive this truth or they're not. If they're not ready to receive it, then you got to keep going. You got to move on. We do have to constantly remind ourselves of who we are. Remember, I am the power. I am it. Now, Mia, okay, let's clean it up. I actually have decided to be single-minded. And the more I decide on what I want and maintain that, I get better and better at it. It does sneak in, Bright Star, but we can change it at any time. Yep, it does say practice, stay in the knowing of having what you want. That's it, practice. That's the operative word, Stacy. Practice. Some of y'all put y'all faith on the shelf and only take it down occasionally. That faith's supposed to be with you always. It's supposed to go with you wherever you go. But I say, Glorilla said, but I say, they can't up with me, right? Who are the they that don't receive it? Because then it's not for them then. Who are the they are you talking about that won't receive it? You're not trying to convince anybody of anything. God called it power of the tongue for a reason. The reasons that we're here. The reasons that we... Enterprise called me 9 a.m. and canceled my rental. I remained calm and envisioned what I wanted. Something told me to go up there on my break. Okay, went up there on break and they told me they had a vehicle for me. Yay! Yes! All right, Vanessa. Wow. All right. Stay calm. Wow. That's what's up. Wow. Yes. Yeah, our attention is what we're giving life to. It's all in your attention. It's all in your attention. I know that's right, all love. I know that's right. For the 3 vacations. That's what's up. That's what's up. It's our attention. Our attention is the sap of life. It's what resurrects in our world. What are you giving your attention to? What are you focusing on? That's it. That's it. Because it's about making your desire your dominant belief. That's how you make it your dominant belief, by giving your attention to it. Because you have to move from desiring or wanting to being. Because the end of having is being. You must be the person who has it. And then it appears. Not the person that tries to get it. Too many of y'all trying to be the person that's trying to get it. And I'm not saying you can't use physical exertion to get the thing. You can. That is a way, right? There is a way that seems right unto a man. And the end of that man is destruction. So you can go and use physical effort. You can say might is right. You can go down that road. You have a choice. You'll never know your own power, the power of the mind. Earth, wind, and fire. You are too young to know that group. Who's too young to know that group? Thank you. I know Earth, Wind, and Fire. Actually, one of my friends' uncles was one of the original group members. Nice. Hey, Belle the Goddess. Thank you. I think we all familiar with Earth, Wind, and Fire. I think we all, on some level, say back in your days, Bright Star. Okay. Oh. So I'm so blessed to have found you. So real. Oh, thank you, Free Game. I'm blessed to have you here. Thank you. Hey, Clara. So do you think distracting yourself makes it easier for the manifestation to unfold? Not makes it easier. It helps you keep from trying to, especially if you're one of those, like I say, overthinkers, or if you realize that you're one of those people that can't let go of the how. Distracting yourself will help you release control. That's what you're detaching yourself from. You're detaching yourself from trying to control the situation. And so when you put your mind on other things, it helps you to forget. And it just allows things to you're not getting yourself in the way. You're not putting yourself in the way of the desire. Say, I'm taking black cards if they don't know who Earth, Wind, and Fire is. I know that's right. So I'm torn between detaching versus playing the lottery. Okay, so you play the lottery. Do you want to play the lottery? Like, why is that a either or? You're welcome, Clara. Why is that a either or? If you feel good about playing the lottery and you're going to have fun and you're not making like, oh, I must win. I need to win. Oh my gosh. But you know that, hey, someone's going to lotto. Might as well be you. Somebody's going to lotto. Might as well be you. Right? If somebody's going to lotto, might as well be you. I don't see that as control, because there are many people. I don't know if you've ever seen, I think his name is Brian Schultz's channel on lottery winners, right? There are many people that decided to bring money into their experience through the lottery. And a lot of them talk about manifestation. Right. And there's some very inspirational videos on there where people say that they were, they kept telling themselves they will win. that they would win. They would meditate on it. They would go to sleep with it. They did visualization. Like we always talk about Cynthia Stratford, right? How she won $112 million. She said that she read Dr. Joseph Murphy's book, The Power of the Subconscious Mind. And she used that she said a specific number. And she manifested that specific number. Brian Schultz. So if the lottery is the way you want to experience bringing wealth or money into your, bringing money to you, that's a great station to watch. Very inspirational videos. Oh, Timothy. Thank you, April. Timothy Schultz. Thank you, Timothy Schultz. I think I was confusing him with somebody. I think I was confusing with Brian Scott. Timothy Schultz. Yeah, Timothy Schultz. Thank you, April. That's it. I decided that as well. I truly believe I will win. Keep saying that. Well, girl. Oh, I'm assuming you because there's no face. So I'm assuming you a girl. But if you're not, let me know. I'm assuming because there's no picture there. But I mean, you don't have to put a pic. It's fine. You good. Yep, 112 million. Visualize and put it under her pillow. I know she would talk about, she would see herself with a certain outfit on, and she said it took her 3 years. So all of you concerned about time, I'm not saying it has to take 3 years. I'm saying she said it took her 3 years to manifest her desire. I'm not saying that's like everybody that manifests, it takes them 3 years. No, everybody has a different time frame. It's according to your belief. Oh, she has a book? Cool. But yeah, many of the people on there that have won won money through the lottery. I mean, like students of Neville, they would talk about, at that time, they would talk about going to the racetrack, winning money, how's that different than going to the casino? If you say, oh, I can win money at the casino, like April goes to the casino all the time and wins money. She's saying how she's going to get the money. She goes to a casino and it happens. Right, April? She determined, so how's that any different? If you say, oh, I'm going to win money through the lottery. Same thing. I know it's right. If I have a desire now, I'm not waiting 3 years. Now it's now. Now is now. Because actually, she said 3 years, but when did it happen? It happened now. It always happens now. It always happens now. There is no time, right? You can definitely say how or where you can get money to come into your experience. You definitely can say. So I've heard a few people say, they go to casino and they rack up at the casino. Yes, I have plenty times. I just have to make sure I'm going from a place of knowing, not that. That's it. A place of knowing, not desperation. More money just came in on top of the $100. All right, Lisa.
Wow.
All right.
Wow.
That's it. Congratulations. Yes. Lisa just manifested $900. Yes, dream woman. Lisa just manifested $900. Yes. Lisa, were you doing the experiment? So I used to focus on the old story while trying to focus on. Yup, free game. That's going to leave you stuck trying to go forward and go back at the same time. Back and forth. You just end up rocking, right? When you rocking, what you doing? You still in the same place. She said, I started and then forgot about it, honestly. Hey, that's how. Wow! That's how. Wow! Yep, I thought about the verse. You can't pour new wine into old wineskin. Lisa said, I forgot about it, honestly. I did it and then I let it go. That's how it happens. That's how it happens. Now Lisa said, I don't focus on, like, I don't even know what that is. And no such thing in our reality, right? No such thing. No such thing. But the key is, Dream Woman, you really got to pay attention to how do you talk. How do you talk about money? That's what you really have to pay attention to. It is your attention. What do you focus on when you think about money? What is your thought process regarding money? Because that's how you're going to experience it. What's your thought process when it comes to relationships? That's how you're going to experience it. It really is. It's how you think about it. Hey, Sunflower. So you got a revelation about time this morning. When I was looking at the clock, I said to myself, I'm looking at symbols in the now moment. That's it. When prices come up in conversation, I say it's pocket change. It's just a number. Yup. That's it. And you got to be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. If you know you have limiting beliefs around money, acknowledge it and then change it. You know if you have limiting beliefs around money. And then all you got to do is acknowledge it, confront it. And then transform it. That's how you alchemize it. You transmute it. You have to turn it around. It ain't old if you keep talking about it. How's it old and that's what you talk about all the time? How's it old? When I say acknowledge it, what I'm saying is, you want to ask yourself some questions like, why do I believe this? Where did this come from? Is this something I personally experienced, or is this hearsay? Oh, I didn't even experience that. I'm actually having this belief based on what someone else told me. I choose no longer to believe that. Yeah, that's what I deal with relationships. Confronting those deep beliefs. Yep. Yeah, Yeah, because you're already thinking it and you keep thinking it, so it ain't old no more. You make it new every time you think about it. Hey, Saint. Say silently watching. Welcome. How are you? Happy Friday. Yes, autocorrect. Been on a mission today. Right. Yeah. That's why talking to yourself is so key. You gotta, because you're always thinking, right? Just you want to think the thoughts that you want to, that's how you gotta. It was like, those of you that are familiar with the Bible, right? When Jesus went on the 40-day and 40 nights fast, right? Was he not confronted with the old thoughts? If you be the Son of God, if you be the Son of God. Those are old thoughts. And what did he use to combat those thoughts? The truth, right? He confronted the error with the truth. If thou be the Son of God, turn these stones to bread. And what did he say? Man does not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of God. And then the next, error came. And then he said, and then it was 3 of them, right? And he was confronted, right? He didn't say, I'm no longer thinking those thoughts. No, he confronted the thought. Hey, Saturn. Telling you this, we got to confront him, because the fast was what? He was fasting from the old beliefs. That's what a fast is. A fast is letting go of the old so that he can become the new, right? That he may embody the Christ, right? This is before he becomes the Christ. It's Jesus going into the wilderness, going to that state of nothingness, of barrenness, right? And then he comes out of the wilderness, and then he's confronted with the old beliefs, and then he combats them with the truth. And then what? The heavens open, the dove, the symbol of the dove comes upon them, and now he's called the Christ, right? Because he's had the experience of, he's embodied the state of knowing, of being, of the power within him. Yep, that's it. Fasting with this perspective makes so much sense now. It's fasting from beliefs, not food. That's it. Say, T, I finally understand now. I manifested another job opportunity. All right, Saturn. Yes. Wow. So we were walking around here starving, but still thinking the same. Yep. And was wondering why I fasted for 3 days. In my situation, still, all I did was I lost about 5 or 10 pounds, but my situation didn't change. I'm still in the same situation. Life's still a struggle. Life's still hard. I'm still angry and mean, and I still don't like life. Because you still got them same beliefs. You still thinking the same old way. Ain't nothing gonna change if you still thinking the same way. Hey, Stormy Ray. That's why, and we have to realize it's not about other people. We got to get that out of our mind. Well, what about this person doing that? And what about your family? And what about your friends? And what if they're saying this? None of that matters. None of that matters. It only matters what you're saying. You're the only thinker. I could care less what someone else thinks about me. What someone else thinks about me is none of my business. It only matters what I think of me. Because I'm the only thinker in my reality, so I'm the only creator. It matters not what other people think of me. That's none of my business. It should be none of yours. You should care less what somebody else is thinking. You should know that no one comes into your experience unless you bring them there. You're the magnet, drawing everyone unto you through your conscious beliefs, your subconscious beliefs, your knowing, your thoughts, your assumptions. Once we learn, it becomes fun, but do everything with, there you go, with love. Love is the key. Love is the key. That's why you're told to do unto others as you will have them do unto you. Do you know the doing is mental? The doing unto others as you would have them do unto you is mental. So, what thoughts are you thinking of another person? It's the thoughts you're thinking. Not from a hateful point of view. I'm still laughing at the I'm done here by. Who said that? No, it's not a technique. What do you mean by fasting? Are you talking about food? Fasting from food? Because the fasting we're talking about is the mental diet. Changing the way you think about yourself and others. That's the fasting we're talking about. Changing the way you think of yourself and others. Because you know there is no other. So really you're just changing the way you think of yourself. Who said that I'm done hereby? Oh, okay. You talking about a couple of days ago. I think I remember that, all love. I think I remember that. Oh, that man should not live by bread alone, but every word that proceeds out of the mouth of God, because it's your words that are life, not the food that you eat. It's your words that give life. It's your words that creates your reality, nothing else. Yes, everyone thinks. That's it. Hey, Chosen. Chosen one, Hawaii too. All right. So holding back, the reaction is key. You got to pay attention to how you react is key. Yep. Yeah, I remember all of. Hey, you back? You back? I'm still here. Hey. It's like we always have pure and impure thoughts, right? Well, you can judge them as pure or impure, but they're just thoughts. Thoughts are just thoughts. They're not good or bad. It's your perception about them that makes them good or bad, but they're just thoughts. They have no meaning except the meaning you give it. But it's not putting the thoughts into action and resisting the flesh. Actually, every thought becomes an action if you persist in it long enough. You know, in the beginning was the word, right? Christ said that what? When a man lusteth after a woman in his heart, he has already committed adultery without doing it physically. Whatever you do mentally, that's always the cause. The cause is always mental, always. Empress live. I don't recommend anything but changing your mind. We're actually spiritual, having a human experience. We are projecting a body. We are not the body. That's all I recommend. Just change your thoughts. What you do outwardly will follow what you do inwardly. Because why do you have to stop drinking? Do you think drinking is wrong? We got to stop letting reality rule us. Right. You can help them. The thoughts are spiritual. That's the spirit. Thought. I never realized the connection until you said it. Hey, KB. What's that? K Blue 3? Okay, Blue. Hello. Thank you, Stormy. It's usually what is happening in your auric or energy field. Okay, what do you mean by that? You're welcome. For me, I get thoughts usually when I embody that is energetically around me. I don't let my surroundings dictate. So you let your surroundings dictate? Your circumstances, the physical world is not supposed to be the dictator. You are. You're supposed to be the operant power. You're supposed to decide what you will react to or not react to. But it takes practice and it takes discipline. Oh, okay, got you. I'm gonna need a camera for the vacation, so I set my eyes on that. It's here, yes. So what do you mean it's showing you something that you can't see? What does that mean? What's your gift? I don't understand the gift. You can see what? What can you see? Like, give an example. What do you mean? Because are you saying your surroundings is the cause and not you? Like, I'm trying to understand. Are you saying that something outside of you is causing what's going on with you? Or are you saying that you are the cause of what's going on around you? Okay, so you're saying the cause is outside of you, not the cause comes from within you. That's yeah, I don't agree with that. I accept that we live in we do live in an energetic world, but we are the energy. We are the cause of all things. There is nothing, things don't happen from without, they come from within. I realize that I don't give power to things outside of me. That the power that is within me is greater than any power that's in the world. Greater is he that's within me than he that's within the world. There is no out there. There's only in here. Out there is the projection. It's like when you go to a movie theater, right? And you have the film and you have the projector. Your eyes is the projector. The film is your consciousness projecting outwardly. And the world is the silver screen. So everything you're seeing is playing from within and is out picturing in the physical world. And the only way you can change what you see in the world, you have to change the film that's within. So once you change what's going on within here, what you see out there will change. Yes, yes. I totally agree with that. Yep. I totally agree with that, chosen one. You have the ability to change, to rewrite everything. Oh, thank you, real estate Nick. I know I got that analogy from somebody. Who? I don't know. I didn't hear it exactly in those words, but I did hear that analogy before. I just can't remember who I heard it. Was it Neville or Dr. Joseph Murphy? Somebody said it. And all will adjust to the way that I see and feel. Yes, absolutely. Yep, absolutely, chosen one. Everyone adjusts to the way, because you are the cause. Absolutely. Yes, science calls it the reticular activating system. Yes, I remember that in psychology class. Yep. That's why we're told to leave the world alone and just change yourself. All you got to do is change you. Once you change you, the world will respond accordingly. That's why you ain't got to go around trying to change nobody. You ain't got to worry about what nobody else thinking, what nobody else saying, what nobody else doing. All you have to do is change you. Once you change you, which means change the way you think, that's all that means. It doesn't mean, oh, I got to heal myself. Oh, I got to do inner work. Oh, I got to do shadow work. No, it just means change the way you think. You're already whole. You're already complete. You just have to accept it. Yep. I am the foundation of all things. That's it. That's it. Oh, thank you, Sunflower. Y'all research the illusory truth effect. Now, what is that, free game? So hey, LaToxic, I've been manifesting 10,000 and forget about my old 401k of 20,000K. I'm not taking it, but it's available. I know that's right, LaToxic. Wow! Yes. So it's there. Wow! And it still didn't stop till I spoke it into existence. Spoke it. The power of the tongue. Oh, using the method. Nice. Nice, LaToxic. Yes. Yes. Wonderful. All right. All right. That's it. That's it. That's it. Man, it's so refreshing and so encouraging, right, guys? And inspiring to know that, it really is this simple, that we can just choose to focus on a thing and be relieved of trying to make a thing so. Like, that should free us to know I can just focus on it. Eventually, I'll stop thinking about it, because I'll move from desiring to being. I'll make that transition. It's like osmosis or metamorphosis, right? You go through a metamorphosis, right? As the caterpillar is to the butterfly, right? Or like, remember that movie Osmosis Jones? Right? Where you just become the person through repetition, through focus, through attention. And you realize you don't have to do anything to make it so it frees you. And you just find out that life really is a gift, that it really is fun. It really is total freedom. But you do have to prove it to yourself, though. You got to prove it to yourself. You do have to make a decision. Oh, what society does to us through conditioning. Okay. Right. Say it's not a secret. Period. What God says is real. Yep. Say it is no. Yep. Did you say something before that? Let me see. Into existence. Yep. Right, because we are God. We are one. There is no separation. Absolutely chosen one. So Dr. Joseph Murphy also said that there is no out there. Everyone is thought form of the mind. Yep. Yep. We all just walking thoughts. We're just all walking thoughts. Flying thoughts, swimming thoughts. Hey, superconscious. I see my imaginal ex through the day and it happens every time. Oh, all right. All right. All right, superconscious. Yes. Wow. We in the human body forget that we are first spiritual. Yes. That's what we're here reminding each other of, keeping one another accountable to realize that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. Like I wanted to stretch before bed, but the human was feeling lazy. I was like, no. You're the clothes, I'm stretching, LOL, and did. Okay, nice. Yeah, say, and being put in the body, we put our own self in the box. Say, create alongside the creator. Yeah, it's eye-opening, isn't it, Sunflower? It's eye-opening. Yeah, he's like, everything is, the heavens, the sun, the moon, the stars, everything is within us. There is no out there. There's only in here. It's just like, it's like our world is a motion picture, right? Our world is our motion picture. And we're the film, we're the producer, we're the broadcaster, we're playing all the parts. Yep, it's all that is and all that isn't. Is there a such thing as isn't? Is there a such thing as non-existence? Say, last night you were asking the young lady who's having the thoughts that's been replaying from me. Say, all day. Who's thinking it? Say, without one, you don't have the other, or do we? Is there a such thing as not existing? It's all just infinite. It's not the question or the answer. I like it, the gems you drop in Chosen One. Yep, it's just all consciousness. Consciousness is experiencing itself as itself. imagining itself to be that, whatever that is. Whatever that is consciousness. Whatever we call it consciousness, we call it God, we call it source, we call it energy. We're trying to define that which is undefinable because we want a way to explain what we're saying, what we're experiencing, if we're experiencing anything. So it's the being of energy that truly we are, of no time and space. Yes, yes, yes. Are we the observer of the thoughts, or do we actually do the thinking? Sorry, missed a lot. Oh, that's okay, Key. That is a great question. Are we the observer of the thoughts, or do we actually do the thinking? Just make sure you don't put separation, right, between the I am and itself, right? When you say we, what we are we talking about? The I am? The I am is the thinker having thoughts of itself, right? That's the observer. The I am decided to be individualized as you and bestow you with certain gifts. And those gifts is speech and mind. The word consciousness was a game changer for me. Whatever we're aware of is created. Ooh! I love the way you said that, free game. Whatever we're aware of is created, is made visible. Peace, chosen one. Thank you. Thank you. Because the only time these situations come about is when consciousness loses balance. Yep, life confirms whatever we believe. Life confirms whatever we believe. It's always yes. Always. It's always yes. Always. Always, always, always yes. Always yes. It's always yes. It's never no. So you don't have to worry about why God, or why isn't this happening? Why isn't that happening? Why? It's because you won't allow it. It's because you're not giving your attention to it. You keep giving your attention to the not happening of a thing. You keep telling yourself things are impossible, that things don't exist, that you have to work, you have to prove worthiness. Ask and it is given. The thing is, where do you see yourself in that when it comes to asking is given? Do you really accept that when you spoke it, that made it so? Do you know that you spoke it, the moment you spoke it, whether it was inwardly or audibly, you made it so? You made it so the instant you spoke it. Yep, you won't allow it. Made me think of when I used to hear, why won't God make it? Wait for this. Now knowing we are God. Like, why are you getting in the way of it? Needs to be the question now. Why am I getting in the way of this? Why am I blocking my own blessing? That's the conversation. That's the meditation that you need to talk to yourself. Because then you're going to respond and then you're going to get an answer. Ask and it is always given. You can ask questions of yourself. That's your conversation. It's like when you're in a relationship with someone, how do you get to know them? You talk to them, right? And sometimes they just share with you and you just sit there and listen, and you may ask questions just to dig a little deeper, and just so you can, maybe they're not, you want to know something that they're not sharing, but they're free, they're open. They're like, ask me anything, whatever you want to know about me, ask. That's how it needs to be with you and you when you're having your meditation. You need to be asking yourself some questions like, what's going on? What's happening? Why am I thinking this way? What's happening? What's going on? With no judgment. Be still gives you an advantage. Yes. Yes. My new phrase is, I'm not letting my thoughts trick me out my spot. I know that's right. All right, the 0120. I said, I'm not letting my thoughts trick me out of my spot. Absolutely. That's it. Taking accountability that we get in the way of our desires. Yep. So if it was really, I won't make a way because of lack of belief. Yep. Really. Yep. It was saying, understanding the truth of change. That's why I see outside and I know before it happens. Okay. The 0120. Yes. I'm not going to let my thoughts trick me out my spot. I know that's right. Oh, my goodness. Hey, that's why talking to yourself is the key. It's the key. Come on in.
Good morning, Grandma.
Good morning. You back from school? Hello. You ready for your iPad, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Some of them may know. Most of them, I don't believe, know. Some of them still, trying to make a way through life, too. You're right. I would love to go. Who told you that? Right. Hello, Michael. Wonderful to have you here. How are you? I'm doing awesome. We just here, just talking, right? We just all here. We just like, helping one another realize this thing called life, how to win at this thing called life, right? The game of life and how to play it. The game does have rules, right? Right? Yes, all winners. All winners. We all get to win. That's the thing. It's no losers. It's only winners. Yo, just like one big family. We giving each other game. That's it. That's it. Helping one another. Remember who we are. That we are the gods walking the earth. We are God walking the earth, commanding that life present itself to us in the most wonderful way. Hey, Siobhan. Because we are supposed to win at life. We are winners. We are supposed to be winning at life. We are supposed to like truly like basking in the greatness of who we are, right? And just like, man. And I know it's so much noise out there. It's so much noise. And you got to learn how to tune out that noise. You got to be able to tune out that noise, that distraction. That try to tell you how the government ain't right, and how the president ain't right, and how the economy ain't right, and how this ain't right, and that ain't right. And you got to tune that out. You have to tune that noise out and decide, what do you want life to be? God, don't lose that part. Hey, hey, hey. What's up? The radiant leader. How are you, T? What's going on? All we do is win, 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 no matter what. Yes, T-Pain. I know that's right. Whatever's convincing you, Stormy Ray. I know a lot of people write their manifestations down. I know a lot of people do, and they said it's helped them a great deal. Some people live by writing down their manifestations. They live by it. I know there's no wrong or right. If you feel like that benefits you, is helpful for you, you've seen that it works, why wouldn't you do it? If it works, why wouldn't you do it? Say being strong. You are strong. That's right. Yes, I feel good. I feel good. I knew that I would now. I feel nice. Like sugar and spice. So nice. So nice. I got a you. Oh, I feel. Oh, you gotta sing to yourself. You gotta lift yourself up. You gotta laugh at yourself. You gotta, man. You gotta, man. That's beautiful. That is beautiful, free game. That's what's up. That's what's up. We should all be noticing a change in our reality when we've committed, when we've made the commitment, the decision that life is supposed to be good. Is it now going too far back? James Brown, my man. James Brown. James Brown. James Brown. What you gonna do when you get out of jail? I'm gonna have some fun. And what do you consider fun? Fun, natural fun. Absolutely, life is good. I just got notification. My business officially, yes, big corporation, baby. Oh, wow. Congratulations, Lisa. Wow. Oh, that's beautiful. Say new shoes. Say over here grooving. Let's groove tonight, and share the spice of life. Let's groove tonight. And share the spice of life. Yes, yes, yes. I love that song. Everything is working out for me, working out for me. Oh, yes. Okay, I can't get that song in my head, though. Everything is working out for me. Oh, do I know that song? Because that song didn't come to my head. Oh, that is beautiful, Lisa. I know. All the songs have been affirming. Yes, yes. Yeah, you said, so I wrote it, Real Estate Nick. So we shift in and out of different realities depending on what we're focusing on. Yup, that's it. That's it. Hey, lady, you said apartment tips. What you mean apartment tips? Not I wrote it. That's funny. It must have been one of those on the spot songs I be making. I didn't commit it to memory. I don't sing it enough. I know I don't sing it enough. So it's a song you've been hearing on TikTok? Okay, okay, okay. So I just toured this place and I love it, but I'm not quite financially meeting their requirements. Hey, there are no requirements, but then the requirements you choose. That's the place you want. That's your desired place. Then claim it. God don't have no requirements other than that you have faith. You got to claim it as yours. So you can do the experiment I did. You'll just use the apartment. Did you see the $100 experiment? Where we go to sleep every night. So you would use an apartment in place of it. So you would say, you would go to sleep. When you go to sleep, you're saying, I'm so thankful I received that I got the apartment. I'm so thankful that I qualified for the apartment. And then during the day, you say, I did not even get that apartment. I did not get the apartment. I did not even get the apartment. I did not get the apartment. Then as you go to sleep, you're saying, I'm so thankful that I got the apartment. I am so thankful that I got the apartment. I'm so thankful that I got the apartment. And then during the day, I didn't even get the apartment. Nope, I didn't even get the apartment. I did not get the apartment. I did not get the apartment. Because the focus is getting the apartment. Many people have manifested their $100 and then some doing this technique. I manifested mine too. Right here on live. So so maybe you got it from this platform, but you were the first person I heard sing it. Oh, okay, real estate. So you legit heard me singing it. Oh, okay. Yeah, because everything you desire already belongs to you. You just gotta give it to yourself. That's it. Yep, T. Yep, you sure can. It's not limited to just money. We just used money. Remember I told you it was based off Neville Goddard's ladder experiment? So he used the ladder to teach people, that there is what you give your attention to, you cause yourself to experience it. Well, if you say it's a huge letting go, then it will be. Yeah, I know, neighbor. There won't be a part 2 tonight. I started a little late. Hey, there's no time when you having fun, right? So you keep peeking back in here. But why would you say it's a huge letting go? You're not supposed to quantify it. Yes, definitely fun, real estate Nick. Yes. Yes. We've had a good time up in here. Yes, don't place any of your desires on a pedestal. Don't make it bigger than you. You want to see it as something you can experience, that you are experiencing now in this present moment. Hey, Sheila, how are you? Say my partner sent an important email for something legal, then couldn't find it. I started giving my own self hugs. Didn't even realize I could do that. There we go. All right, Sunflower. So then I decided he found it. It already turned out right. Yes. Nice, neighbor. That's right. That's right. All right. That's what's up. Say this always happens, right? I always say, when my desire pops in my thoughts, it's done. Now have fun. There we go, super. Oh, I like that. I like that, super conscious. Desire pops in my thoughts, it's done. Now have fun. Those are words to live by, guys. When your desire pops into your thoughts, it's done. Now have fun. So we forget to have fun. We got to lighten it up. Have fun. That's a reminder. It's done. So now have fun. Have fun. Go out and be footloose and fancy free. Go out and be footloose and fancy free. It's already done. So go have fun. Can doing an intention fast to manifest the apartment work? What do you mean by fast? What does that mean? It's already done. What do you mean doing it fast? What does that mean? That is beautiful, Sunflower. Oh, interesting. Are you into the scriptures? What do the scriptures say about sacrifice? You don't need no special diet or no sacrifice. You only need faith. No special diets, no sacrifices. See, you think you got to do something to prove worthiness. Bible said that God didn't desire sacrifice or burnt offerings. He said he wanted what? A changed heart. It's a changed heart that moves God, which is faith. Your only condition is acceptance that you already have it. Thank you, Real Estate Nick. Yep, never cause them quibbles. But if that's your law, lady, follow Sade, follow Sade. If that's your law, if you think you must fast and sacrifice in order to manifest, then don't go against your own law. If that's a belief you hold, that's a belief you already hold. You believe in order to manifest, you got to sacrifice. Then for you, you'll need to sacrifice. Not for anybody else, though. Because I know it's just your attention to it is what'll bring it into your experience. Yep, easy and effortless. Jesus says, my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Not the eggs. You know he's talking about the yolk. It's Y-O-K-E. Now you got yolk. The egg yolk. The noose around the neck. The yolk. Yep, fast from the limiting beliefs. That's it. Says I'm just messing, having fun. I know, right? That's the only thing we're supposed to fast from. Doubt, fear, and limiting beliefs. That's what you're supposed to fast from. That's it. Your only condition is believe you already have it. That's the only condition given. He said, therefore I say to you, whatever you ask for in prayer, whatever you believe you can have, whatever you're asking for, whatever you believe, whatever, in all things, whatever you ask in prayer, believe you have received it and you shall have it. You're supposed to see yourself as already having it. So, and here's the thing, lady, if you already have it, what are you sacrificing? If you already have it, what do you have to give up? What do you have to give up in order to get something you already possess? The belief that you don't already have it. That's the only thing you have to give up. The belief that you don't already have it. That's it. Oh yeah, okay, so we've reached the 3-hour tour. Okay, 3 hours is about all I can really do today. Woo! But this has been good, guys. We got a lot of great news today. People came through, want to come through. So happy for all of you. All of you have exactly what you desire. It's already yours. Thank you, Free Game. Thank you. You already have it. Everything that's dropping in your spirit, every desire that's coming forth within you, that's why you're desiring it, because it already belongs to you. It's already yours. You were meant to experience it. Just got to give it to yourself. Yep. Oh, maybe the only sacrifice that won't lead to resentment. The thought of lack. Yep. You too. Thank you guys. Thank you. Yes, definitely love this community. Appreciate you guys so much. Enjoy your Friday and your weekend. Holla! Much love. Bye-bye.